Welcome back on this Super Tuesday. We are continuing our conversation with Utah Democrats to get their thoughts on this exciting presidential primary. We turn now to Lex Scott, who is supporting Bernie Sanders, and Scott Howell, a Joe Biden supporter. Scott, we're going to go ahead and start with the sound bite from Joe Biden, and he's really making a charge. Earlier today, he stated his case as to why he is the best candidate. Let's listen in.
People are not looking for revolution, they're looking for results. I have the most extensive, successful record of getting big things done and big things passed.
All right, Scott, let's start with you. Why are you supporting former Vice President Biden in this race?
Well, for me, it's a personal thing. I've known him for over 30 years, and Joe has always been a great resource for me, great friend, and I know his policies, I know his family, and for me, it's really personal. But besides that, he is the very best candidate that can unify our country and bring it back together again. I love his foreign policy. I like his immigration. I like that where he stands on fiscal responsibility, that he knows we've got to pay down the debt, and that's a big issue. And I think for those very reasons, and his moral compass of integrity really matches the value system of Utahns.
Okay, Lex, let's bring you in. We're going to go to a sound bite now from Bernie Sanders. We heard Joe Biden take a little jab saying this is not about a revolution. Well, Bernie jabbing back. Let's listen into what he had to say.
If Biden thinks it's a revolution to do what every other major country on earth does and guarantee health care to all people, I don't think that's revolutionary. I think that's exactly what the American people want, and that is exactly what we have to do.
All right, Lex, let's bring you in. Sanders did very well in Utah in 2016. He's leading the polls now. Why do you support him as a Utah Democrat?
We do need a revolution in this country. People are not surviving. Bernie stands for the working class. He supports people of color. He supports the LGBTQ community, the Native community, people with disabilities, and he is actually working towards helping those communities.
Okay, I want to get to we're running out of time. This goes by so quick, but I want to ask both of you one thing real quick. If your candidate does not get the eventual nomination, can you get behind the Democratic nominee?
My candidate will get the nomination, but let's pretend he didn't. I would vote for the nominee because we can't just go home. We just can't give up.
Scott, your thoughts on that?
You know, I would have a hard time supporting Mr. Sanders. First of all, he caucuses with the Democratic Party. He hasn't been a lifelong Democrat. And I'd have to really make sure that we're not going to go with trillions of dollars more in debt.
All right. I know you wanted to have a response there, but unfortunately we have run out of time. It's going to be an interesting race to see how this finishes down the stretch tonight. A big night in doing just that. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.